Next we'll hear from another MP with the courage to stand up to our government's warmongering policies and policies of nuclear weapons. Please welcome Emily Thornberry MP.
Hi, I stand before you as the daughter of one of the women who went to Greenham Common. And she was the one, some of you may remember, she was the one who always had the hip flask full of brandy. You all did. Now I have to say though that I didn't go. And the reason I didn't go was because my mum brought me up to make my own decisions about things and to make up my own mind, so that I'm the one who decides what I do, and when I think it's right I'll do something, when I think something's wrong I'll do something, which is why I did what I did today, voting against my government, because I think that things have changed. Because in the 1980s, and I know that I'm going to be pretty much on my own here, but I'm telling you, in the 1980s I was frightened of the fact there were so many weapons pointed at us, and I was frightened about mutually assured destruction, and so it may be ambivalent and it may be uncertain, but things have changed. Things have changed. There is no longer that threat, there is no longer the Iron Curtain, the wall has come down. We have to look carefully and with clear eyes at our position and where we are in the world now, and what our position is in the world now, because we can be world leaders, we can be a force for good and for peace, but one of the ways in which we can do that is we can think twice and at least allow the Americans to finish the sentence before we say yes. And if we were to do that and to show a little independence from America, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be friends with America, because I think we should, but I do not think that we should be unthinking friends of America and always following their lead. And if we were to do that, and if we were to take more of an independent line, then I think our country would be much safer. And one of the things we do not need in today's age of these terrible weapons. And when you take away all the fears and everything else and the curtain coming down, you cannot escape the picture, the reality of what these weapons are. Because the difference between these weapons and all other weapons is that these weapons are weapons that are used against civilians. They are not weapons that will be used against soldiers. They are going to be aimed directly at our cities, and they will kill millions of people. And we should not possess them unless we are prepared to face the morality of using them. And if I cannot look my people, the people who elected me in the eye and say, I think we should have those weapons and we should have the power to go and kill civilians. I do not, and that is why I voted against this. I was given this present earlier today. It's a little bit of product placement. I was given it, I shall eat it tonight. It says Trident Soft. Let's make on there.
Thanks very much, Emily. Next, it's a great pleasure to welcome a very long-standing supporter of C&D in the peace and anti-war movement, Diane Abbott MP.
I'm not going to make a long speech. I mean, 30 years ago, when I started to be active in left-wing politics, I spent many a weekend marching and demonstrating against the bomb, marching and demonstrating for unilateral disarmament. And for me, nothing has changed. It is a vile weapon, a weapon we would never use. It is not independent. And I mean, that 25 billion, and that's the minimum. Think what we could do with that 25 billion if we spent it on fighting AIDS or fighting poverty or fighting climate change. So I was happy and proud to vote against Trident tonight, and if it comes back again, I will vote against it again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane. Obviously, the Trident issue is a big deal for Scottish MPs. They have those weapons on their soil. Please welcome Katy MP.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's been a pleasure this evening to vote twice against Trident coming to Scotland. The reality is that almost 80% of people in Scotland say that they don't want Trident brought to their country. I would oppose Trident wherever it was based in the United Kingdom, because I believe that deciding to renew our Trident nuclear weapons system must be a breach of the Non-Proliferation Treaty and is sending the wrong signals around the world to countries that don't currently have nuclear weapons. I was elected as a Labour MP at the last election, and I know how difficult it is for my colleagues to vote against their government, and I'm proud that 95 Labour MPs voted against Trident this evening in the first vote and 90 in the second vote. I think today is the beginning of a campaign. Today we voted that in the next 17 years work will be done to develop a more sophisticated nuclear weapons system for Britain. I think today we've got to say we are starting our campaign to stop those weapons coming to the Clyde and to fight for a nuclear-free world. Thank you very much.